I've been doing a lot of solo gameplay. I know a lot of high-end players have gotten their skills up by pooling their resources. I've had no help. I haven't had anyone feed me anything. In fact, I've helped other people more than I've had help myself. That's just kind of my personality. And yet, this is where I've gotten to. I've done a number of different tricks to level things up, and I have a number of different strategies for different crafting skills. And I have a new one for weaponsmithing that I just started adopting a couple of days ago because I want to get my weaponsmithing up to the point where I can make those 600 gear score legendaries. And some of my friends hate that I buy stuff on the market, but there's just some things that are just too good to pass up. And in this case, it's Fey Iron. Fey Iron. I can't talk sometimes. So Fey Iron is a uncommon resource that you can get from iron nodes, and most people just trash it. They just don't see the value in Fey Iron. And you know what? Fey Iron works just as well as iron for crafting items. In fact, it works better than iron for crafting items, but it does not craft steel. So people underprice it. Like if I were to buy an iron ingot, what's the cost of an iron ingot? 1 gold. But Fey Iron is much less. Much less. I'm able to get it cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. I bought a bunch over in Windsward. Let's go ahead and put it on all settlements. And let's see. All of these I bought from Windsward. There were hundreds of them. I bought them all up. As you can see, I own a ton now because I just bought a bunch more. 11111. These are in Windsward. So I could go back to Windsward soon and buy all these up. So I don't really care so much about these 0.37. I mean, I can buy them. I want to leave them there for now, you know. I do sometimes give away some of my secrets, and that's kind of what this situation is right now. I'm giving away some of my secrets, but that's okay. That's okay. And I've been making the Warhammers. You know what? I threw all of my timber and coarse leather into the storage chest at the other place, so I'm going to teleport back there with the stuff that I just purchased over here. But I do want to scroll down and show you guys, and sorry, my cursor is always in the wrong spot. My goal is to get up to 200 weaponsmithing so I can make 200 weaponsmithing. 195 weaponsmithing, look at that. Now, unfortunately, the etched handguard doesn't drop yet. Oh, I'm like, why don't I have the shields? My shields are in the storage over in Windsward. So let's just go back over to Windsward. I don't think there's anything else I need to do here right now. So let's go back to town in Windsward. Call home. Very cheap to pay just a little bit to reset your call to home. Cheaper Azoth than teleporting around with heavy weight. As you get later in the game and you have 1,300 encumbrance, it becomes very expensive to teleport around the map. Welcome, welcome to those who are watching. Just making a quick video here. I'm going to put it up on YouTube for people to be able to see this cheap way to level your weaponsmithing. Just to recap, Fey Iron. People undersell this stuff. I bought all these up at 0.14, 0.19. We'll grab some at 0.25. That's still very cheap. Very, very cheap. 0.25. This is fine. This is all very inexpensive. Very inexpensive way to level up. Now, my engineering, the main way that I leveled my engineering was the spears route. I do need more timber and leather, so that's going to be something I'm not going to throw into this right away. But as you can see, you can make 12 iron ingots, or you can use 12 Fey Iron. Iron ingot costs a gold. A Fey Iron costs 1/4 that amount. So it takes 12 Fey Iron, timber and coarse leather, which are cheap, easy to get. And I just make Warhammers. 204 weaponsmithing per. Just make a ton of them. You can sit here and hit escape and make it go faster if you want to. It accelerates it. Every once in a while you get special named Warhammers, which are... it's junk. It's all being salvaged anyway. We're just using the Fey Iron because it's cheaper than iron ingots on the market. And then what happens at the end is when you salvage it down, you're turning your Fey Iron, which are 1/10 to 1/4 the cost, to 1 to 4 iron ingots. So you're actually printing iron from Fey Iron, and the Fey Iron is cheaper than the iron. So this is very reminiscent of what I used to do with my steel spears, where I would turn iron ingots into steel ingots, and now I'm creating all of this extra free iron. I made a couple of hammers and I got some free iron. I do have to go back out into the field and do some logging and some skinning. So from Windsward, I just go down here, I kill some wolves, I hit some trees, level my logging. So I'm leveling my logging, I'm leveling my weaponsmithing, and I'm getting my stuff into a position so that once those items start dropping for the crafting of the 600 gear score legendaries, and those are bind on equip legendaries, very nice high-end items, both shields and weapons. I need to get that weaponsmithing up, and it's going up slowly, bit by bit. But this new strategy of just buying Fey Iron and turning it into iron is really helping me to advance a little bit faster for a little bit less money. And I like this, and I wanted to share it with people. I'm trying to build this community of sharing information, coming up with ideas. If you ever think of anything, let me know. Most of the stuff that I share is stuff that I just kind of come up with on my own. I do learn things from other people online. I don't like reshare that very often because it's already out there. I don't like to take other people's knowledge, but if you ever have any questions, I'll share the things that I do learn from other people. It's always good to get turkeys. And then we're out here getting the wolves for the coarse leather. Turkeys will give us a little bit of rawhide too. Not the coarse leather, the rawhide for the coarse leather. Loot other people's wolves because they don't understand how valuable this stuff can be. So we'll get our skills up. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to take your stuff. So yeah, that's my little trick that I'm working on right now for weaponsmithing. Trying to get it up to 200 so that I can make those weapons. I have a couple of tricks for some other things. I have a furnishing trick that I'm working on right now. I haven't really shared that one out just yet, but I'll likely make another video. If you do like this, you know, hit me with a like and a subscribe. That's for the YouTube folks. I would never ask anyone to ever subscribe to my Twitch. You're welcome to follow me on Twitch, but I'm never going to ask anyone to ever subscribe to me on Twitch. I find that to be incredibly cheesy. But yeah, if you like this content, like, subscribe on YouTube, and I will continue to make some other content for you guys, especially my little tricks for leveling furnishing, because I do have a nice little furnishing trick that's helping me get that to level up quickly for very cheap. Very quick and very cheap. It's a very slow skill to level up, but I do have a little trick that I've been using. Little trick that's been helping me out quite a bit to get that leveled up, and I've gotten from 100 up to 117 with very little effort. I haven't really put any effort into it. Every once in a while I'll go and grab some stuff on the market, not much money at all, and you know, just get that leveled up. And I'm just trying to get those up so I can make my higher boxes, and I can make the higher level trophies for my friends and for myself. Once I get up to 150, I'll start making those trophies. Once I hit level 150, then I'm going to start skyrocketing in speed, because my little trick continues even faster at that point. I did miss out a little bit. Had I done this trick earlier on, I would have been probably 200 by now, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. We will get there. We will get there. There's just so many different things to work on in this game, and I'm trying to do everything. And that's kind of the issue that I'm running into. I'm trying to do everything. My weaponsmithing, you can see everything is ignore the jewel crafting, and ignore the fishing. Clearly, I've ignored the fishing. And Arcana, the only things that I make for Arcana are potions and wisps and essences for stone cutting. I also do essences for engineering. The way I'm leveling my engineering at this point is by making strong proficiency and selling them on the market for profit. So whenever I get those motes, I haven't really been buying them. I could be buying them, but right now I am more focused on the weaponsmithing. The engineering I can get to max level pretty quickly once I wanted to. I just haven't been investing into it. That's the first one that I had invested to get up to the 170s. I was 171 like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I just started to ignore it completely. Every once in a while I'll make some tools for someone, but I'll get back to grinding that eventually. I definitely stopped on it when they got rid of the steel spear situation. After that, it slowed down a lot, because that was how I made all of my steel. I didn't smelt any steel. I would make steel spears and turn my iron into steel and just get free levels on my engineering. So these other tricks are ways for me to get free resources, and I figured I would share them with you. Don't know if they'll change them, but yeah, Fey Iron, turning into iron, it's a cheaper resource. As more people get to understand this and see it as an option, the market will likely change, so take advantage of this while you can. Hopefully you don't ruin the market for me by me sharing this strategy with you, but that's okay. I do like to support my community, even if it does hurt me a little bit. I'm here to help you guys. We're here to help each other, and we'll all get better together. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to cut the stream for a little bit and clip this into a video, and I'll be back a little bit later for wars, because we have quite a few wars here today. So I will be streaming a little bit later and showing that war content. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day.